So sometimes I dey just laugh when I see our leaders come out. They do like say them they surprised when a Nigerian jackpot for this country come make and come begin explain in ordeal the thing when you suffer for government hand. They do like say them they surprised. Then things say Nigerians they forget all the experiences where they get and all the policies where they play when Nigerians they suffer. Now, just few hours ago, Kemi will be the leader of the Conservative Party, a Nigerian UK-based woman. We don't become big woman. Come out. Come they talk say Nigeria leaders, they need to try. Vice President Shetima come out, come begin respond to the lady. They talk say anything we she like, make she talk. Then they proud of her. But it's just that she not supposed to talk that kind of thing on air for people to hear her. So if she like, make she come out the Kemi with her name. You no change the fact, say she be Nigeria. When you go ask them when they talk something, the only way they get to the talk, now they say Nigeria is the biggest black African country for the world. Me, I got the ask say, is it by being the biggest black African country for the world? Waiting be the impact, waiting we on don't create, waiting be on a scorecard. Anyway, just a few hours ago, Arise News crew come sit down, come begin analyze the matter, bring Kemi, bring Vice President Shetima, come begin ask them what happen, then come begin judge the matter. I like make you sit down, watch what happen for Arise News, as this matter they don't judge them, don't say Kemi self not do well. Try and make you drop your thoughts for the comment section and touch the like button so that YouTube and Facebook they will recommend this video for more people to get to see what Kemi talk about Nigerian leaders.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has hit back on Kemi Badenoch, leader of UK's Conservative Party, over her comments about Nigeria. The Conservative leader, who was born in the United Kingdom to Nigerian parents, described Nigeria as a socialist nation brimming with thieving politicians and insecurity. That was done before her election as leader of the Tories, while speaking at the 10th annual migration dialogue at the State House in Abuja on Monday. Shettima said Kemi was entitled to her own opinions and has even every right to remove Kemi from her name, but that her opinion does not undermine the fact that Nigeria is the greatest black nation on earth.
Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the British Labour or Conservative Party, we are proud of her, in spite of her efforts at denigrating her nation of origin. She is entitled to her own opinions. She has even every right to remove the Kemi from her name. But that does not underscore the fact that the greatest black nation on earth is the nation called Nigeria. 1 out of every 3 or 4 black men is a Nigerian. And by 2050, Nigeria will surpass the United States, will be the 3rd most populous nation on earth. 1 out of every 3 black men will be a Nigerian.
The greatest black nation on earth. Vice President Kashim Shettima is spot on right there.
I love it. That's probably one of my favorite speeches. Yes. I felt really empowered as a Nigerian listening to that. Why? What is the reason? I'd really like to have a sit down with Kemi Badenoch to just really investigate her history and how Nigeria hurt her so badly. I don't know if that's the case or the fact that she has a political agenda and unfortunately Nigeria is collateral damage. But the truth is, no matter what she does, she's still Kemi Badenoch ni Adegoke, born to Nigerian parents, and interestingly, her dad is said to have been an activist for the rights of the Yoruba people. She lived in Nigeria for at least a considerable amount of years. She interacted with Nigerians. I don't understand where this hate is coming from. But Oji, is not just her. I think that we need a sense of love for our nation. A lot of people find it very easy to throw Nigeria under the bus or denigrate Nigeria at the drop of a hat, and she's just following that script. It's very unfortunate, but like the VP said, we are proud of you. Anyway, we cannot throw away our child. Kemi Badenoch,
it's all political. When Kemi was running for Dulwich in 2010, she was throwing the Nigeria card everywhere. What changed between then and now? Because if she goes the path of right-wing nationalism, it's going to help her prospects, help her prospects. Secondly, what she's now trying to do in this level of denigration is to denigrate socialism as a concept. And that concept has worked in Nigeria. Let's ask Kemi, the primary school she went to, that is highly subsidized. It's not because of the socialist system. The care she got in her formative years in Nigeria was not because of the socialist system. So the ISL she went to, her father was a lecturer in Unilag, right? It was among highly subsidized for her. Is it not because of the socialist system? It's not the socialist system that built a school like ISL?
Alright.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to denigrate socialism. And the problem is the socialist system was not wrong in Nigeria. You know, the subsidies and things like that getting off. It was the mismanagement of the process by the corrupt leadership that was wrong. So this idea of trying to trump up right-wing nationality, right-wing politics, denigrate socialism is wrong.
Absolutely. We'll take another story now. The hashtag Free Dele Farotimi has become even louder on social media after a federal high court in Ekiti State granted the human rights advocate a 50 million naira bail with one surety. The presiding judge in the case on Monday asked the surety to provide evidence of 2 years tax clearance and a letter of consent from the bank. Farotimi, who is being accused of spreading false information against senior advocate of Nigeria, Afe Babalola, was seen in a video shepherded by police officers to the courtroom in handcuffs, eliciting a flurry of reactions. This was quite the story yesterday when we saw Dele Farotimi in handcuffs. Nigerians, of course, reacted. Let me take this tweet from Festus Ogun, who wrote, Dele Farotimi in handcuffs. There's a picture, Yahaya Bello walking majestically, tale of two justice systems. This was quite the tweet. Hashtag Free Dele Farotimi. Aisha Yusufu wrote, putting Dele Farotimi is what some think, or well, putting him in handcuffs is what some think will humiliate him. Really? In a country where criminals illegitimately occupy offices, the last laugh is on them. If not for Dele's book, we would have ended up allowing zeros to go to the grave as heroes. Well, also, on Monday, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, visited Afe Babalola, the senior advocate of Nigeria, at his office within the Afe Babalola University in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti state capital, where they had in-depth discussions on critical issues, including the situation of the activist and lawyer Dele Farotimi. After his visit, Peter Obi proceeded to the prison facility where the activist is being held. Well, during a private meeting, Peter Obi expressed solidarity and engaged in a candid exchange aimed at addressing the prevailing challenges he is facing. I mean, this visit, a lot of people had mixed reactions with, the photo of Peter Obi seeming to go to appeal to the senior advocate of Nigeria. Let me take Omoyele Sowore's tweet. He wrote, I condemn those who went to beg Chief Afe Babalola today over the unjust detention and persecution of Dele Farotimi. The delegation led by Peter Obi did colossal injustice to the struggle to drain the swamp of judicial criminality in our country. Obi's action is like forcing Rosa Parks to return to the back of the bus of racial injustice during the civil rights era in the United States. The struggle continues. Hashtag Free Dele Farotimi. Now, your thoughts on Peter Obi's visit, Rufai?
Okay. So I'm going to be using a lot of Yoruba analogies. There's some people that have talked about why did he go and beg Chief, Chief Afe Babalola and all of that. You know, the first angle to that is, who were those that were there? Did he beg? That's the first question. Where's the empirical evidence that he went there to beg Chief Afe Babalola?
None.
You know, I keep talking about evidence. And I keep talking about facts. Because facts are secret. I've also seen a write-up by a certain Dr. Mo that was part of that delegation that responded. I didn't talk anything about begging, but they said they had critical conversations.
They had critical conversations. That's what I read on.
The Yoruba analogy I wanted to pull was, this could also be in a conversation around Agbejo and Ikoda Agbaoshikane, because he met with the two parties, the two fighting in this matter. After he met with Chief Afe Babalola, he met with Dele Farotimi. So he met with both parties. So the idea of beg, I don't know about that. Maybe if, the people that claim that there was begging here and all of that, can provide evidence. But as regards even the conversation about begging, and I keep asking the question that in society, how long are we going to beg our oppressors in this country? And I'm just talking in general terms as regards begging now. Yoruba, there's only Yoruba saying, how long are we going to keep begging people that oppress us? Our political leaders that can't provide for us, that has cost us in this hardship. Because we live in a society where they say, oh, our political leaders are leaders in general. You have to be careful. They hold, after God is government, they hold the ace to our lives. But this ace to our life is only them and their families that it benefits. It doesn't benefit anybody. They are the ones that are getting richer. Their generation yet unborn are getting richer. So that's for me in the general terms as regards begging. But this conversation, I, in my own estimation, think to a large extent, it was right to go see both parties that were involved.
Yes.
What they had conversations, maybe if they did a transcript of what they had conversations about, we can know who begged or not.
Well, I guess we will see a tweet from Peter Obi in the course of the day.
Somebody that was there, Dr. Mo, had tweeted.
That's what I read.
He didn't say
anything about that. But I'd love your thoughts on the image of Dele Farutimi coming out in handcuffs from the courtroom. So this is what we've consistently said. I mean, we've had an extensive conversation, different opinions, different sides to the matter, but it's the way that justice seems to be dispensed in favor of one party to the other, or how people seem to get the short end of the stick of justice when there's an obstacle. So that's the challenge we have there. Yahaya Bello, as well as a lot of other people who they have criminal cases to answer, are alleged to have stolen tons of money, walk freely, even they get invited by the EFCC, they walk in majestically, they are not abducted, transferred to a different state. And so you wonder, so how do we measure these things? What threat did Dele Farutimi pose as to have him in handcuffs? What he just demonstrated was just to humiliate him. It seems like it was a plot or ploy to humiliate him. And guess what happens, unfortunately? Without being prejudiced, what it makes him is a hero. When you put people like this who are meant to face the law, you make them heroes. It's heroic for them. And so you only increase their supporters base. And the injustice that it seems like makes people more sympathetic to his case, right, and more upset with the agitators. Right. There was no justification. I don't see a reason why he had to be put in handcuffs, especially when we've seen a number of times people who have more significant charges against them not in handcuffs. Absolutely. I mean, I believe that today is International Human Rights Day, and it just comes at this time. I believe that we're hearing that Dele Farutimi has just arrived the Chief Magistrate Court for his hearing at this moment.